So yesterday, big news stories coming out all the time, all over the place, multiple different outlets reporting that the DOJ says they have enough evidence to charge Donald Trump with obstruction of justice. Now, the reaction from a lot of people, of course, immediately was, then do it, right? I mean, that would seem like the logical thing. If you're saying like, hey, we've got evidence he committed crimes, your first instinct would be to say, cool, charge him. Why are you telling us instead of charging him? But I want to tell everybody right now, hold your horses, okay? Just because they have evidence to charge him with obstruction of justice does not mean that that is the smart route to go. Typically, in major investigations, like what is going on with the documents case, that's where the obstruction would come from. If the only thing you have to charge an individual with is obstruction of justice, then you have a very weak case to begin with, and it means you cannot find any evidence of any other criminal activity. If the DOJ came out today and said that they were charging Trump with obstruction of justice, that would be a horrible sign for the investigation, folks. It would mean that they have no other crimes to charge him with. As Pap would call it, that's the low-hanging fruit. It's what you do when you have nothing else that you can do. Well, we've used all this time, all this energy, we got to hit him with something. I guess let's just do obstruction because there's nothing else. We don't want to see them come out and charge him with obstruction of justice. If you see that, you should worry because it means he's getting away with all the rest of the stuff. Now, a possibility could be that once they do, if they do, charge him with anything, we're going to charge you with violations of the Presidential Records Act, violations of the, mishandling classified documents, and obstruction of justice. That's good, right? If obstruction of justice comes along with a bunch of other charges, fantastic, wonderful, get them on all of this. But if it's only obstruction, that's when you need to worry. Now, there's another thing that I think is actually happening here. I don't think they're out there just getting people riled up saying, hey, we could charge him with obstruction. I think it's more of a warning to Donald Trump. I think this is let's leak this out to the press to let him know that he is not safe. To let him know that if he doesn't start cooperating better, we can absolutely pop him for this. That's what I think this is. I think it's a giant warning shot towards Donald Trump. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe the DOJ just wants to put it out there to influence the 2022 midterm elections. Who knows what is going on? But I will say I don't think they put it out there to influence the midterms because, of course, they have that unspoken rule. We don't do any kind of political stuff, within 60 days, I think it is, of the election. So we're going radio silence right now. After the election, we could see some fireworks. But if the only firework, again, is obstruction of justice, then Trump's probably getting away with a hell of a lot of stuff. And honestly, indicting a former president on such a relatively minor charge, I don't think we would see that at all. So, if you see obstruction and only obstruction, know that the DOJ has nothing else they can charge him with. If you see obstruction with all sorts of other things, then yay, that's a good sign. And if you see nothing at all, just know that the Justice Department is irreparably broken, and there is no justice in this country whatsoever.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.